Hi everyone, my name is Stainen and I'm a librarian at the Vancouver Island Regional Library. I'm here with you today for the virtual Summer Reading Club wrap-up event. To start out, I would like to acknowledge the traditional territories of the Indigenous peoples of each of our many communities in our service area, as well as those represented by those in attendance at today's virtual program. I am coming to you today from the unceded territory of the Snuneymuxw people, whose historical relationship with the land continues to this day. Welcome. We are here to celebrate all of your reading accomplishments, so congratulations to all of you. We are very, very proud of you. Our special guest performer today is Rick Scott. Rick is one of Canada's best loved children's performers, and he's a member of the BC Entertainment Hall of Fame. We encourage you to gather the whole family around to laugh and participate together. Welcome, Rick Scott.
Hi. Hi. I'm Rick, and you're here, and I'm here, and we're here together, kind of, sort of. So, my first song is kind of, sort of called "You're Here." Now, you might be from the Northwest Territories, you might be from Ontario, you might come from Chilliwack Jack. If you do, I think you should know that you're here. I'm so glad you are. Oh, you're here. Let's just see how far. Oh, 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 you're here. Oh, 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 you're here. Oh, 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 you're here. Now you couldn't go to school, that's not cool. You could be at home, or you might be up in a tree, but then you wouldn't get to hear my poem. You're here, and I think that's so fine. Oh, you're here. Well, let's just do some time. Oh, 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 you're here. Oh, 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 you're here. Oh, 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 you're here. Now you might be the Prime Minister of Canada, you might be a snowflake, or you might be the one who invented ice cream. And if you are, I think you should take a big bow. Applause, applause, applause. Oh, you're here. I guess it's just because. Oh, 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 you're here. Oh, 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 you're here. Oh, 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 you're here. Now you might think the world is wonderful. You might think the world stinks. You might be afraid if you so much as blink, you'll sink into the drink and become extinct. No, you're here. And we got a minute or two. Oh, you're here. Well, let's just do the duh. Oh, 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 you're here. 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 And you are here, and I am so glad you're here. And I'm so happy to be in a library. And we're the only ones here in the library, and there's a billion jillion books to read. And you've been reading books, and I think that's so cool. I think that's wonderful. And I wish that we could be here, like really, really here, but this is okay. This is okay. And I hope you're having a good day. I hope that we're going to have fun today playing music together. And I hope you want to sing with me, because that's really the best part of being together, is singing together, because it makes the world a better place. That's a fact. Now, I have played in places before where it's been hard to get people to sing. In fact, I was once playing a show in Calgary, Alberta at the Children's Hospital. And I went in to do a show for the kids in the Children's Hospital. And I was setting up my equipment, getting ready to do the show. I was in a kind of a large room all by myself. And the back door of the room opened up, and in came a young girl in a wheelchair, and she was kind of ill. She had one of those tubes in her arm, and there was a bottle hanging off of a stand, and she was wheeling, but her eyes told me she was on fire, and she was looking at me. And I said, "Hi, how are you?" And she went, "Okay, sorry, didn't. Okay, fine." So I turned around and I was setting up my equipment some more. She came in that wheelchair and she bumped right into the back of my leg. And I looked down and I said, "Oh, hello." And she looked up at me and she said, "If you're wondering why I'm here so early, it's because I don't like music and I'm not going to sing on your song." Really? Something clicked. I don't know what it was, but all of a sudden I thought, really? You're not going to sing on my song, are you? And it inspired me. And not only that, but when I did the show with all the kids there, and she was still right there in front of me, you'll never guess who sang the loudest and who looked at other kids. If they weren't singing loud enough, she'd give them that look. And then at the end, I said, "I want to thank you for singing with me on that song." And she goes, "I didn't want to." And she left, and I never saw her again. But I always think about her when I think about people that say, "Oh, I don't want to sing on your song." So if you're one of those people, that's okay. I know sometimes people don't like to sing on songs, but if you're one of those people that doesn't like to sing on a song, here's your part. You say, "I don't want to sing on your song." Try 1, 2, 3, go. Well, that was pretty good. But if you really don't want to sing on a song, you should be kind of snarky when you do it. So you kind of pull your nose up like that. So when you sing it, it's kind of annoying. And you go, "I don't want to sing on your song." 2, 3, rehearse. Much better, much better. Now, all the people out there that do want to sing, here's your part. "I don't want to sing on your song." 2, 3, rehearse. Let's try it together. Here, 1, 2, we'll see if it fits. "I don't want to sing on your song." Oh, this is going to be good. Okay, now I have a part that I do, and my part comes just before your part, and my part goes something like this. "Bernie, Bernie, call an attorney. Here's the verse that you say. I don't want to sing on your song." Yeah, we'll do that 4 times. Now, after you have sung "I don't want to sing on your song" 4 times, you're not going to want to sing on this song so much that you can sing this part. "No, I don't want to sing on your song. You can't make me sing along, long." Let's try it with the facial expressions. 1, 2, 3, rehearse. "I don't want to sing on you. That was good. That was really good. Good luck to us. Here we go. I don't want to sing on your song. "Hurly gurly, call an attorney. Here's the verse that you can learn. I don't want to sing on your song. Habeas corpus, morpus, porpoise, join me. We'll sing the chorus. I don't want to sing on your song. S'il vous plaît, don't go away. Pourquoi je t'aime, the part you play. I don't want to sing on your song. Donde está la fiesta, quesadilla tastes the best. I don't want to sing on your song." The other part. "I don't want to sing on your song. You can't make me sing a long time to make a silly rhyme. I don't want to sing on your song." I won't. You can't make me sing on your song. No. Sing on your song. Ah, you're the one. Come on, come on. Put your singing sneakers on. I don't want to sing on your song. Under the moon you swoon in June, and soon the Looney Tunes shaboom. I don't want to sing on your song. I'm down on my knees, I'm begging you please. Sugar on top and moldy cheese. I don't want to sing on your song. Well, what the heck? I'm up to my neck. Help, 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 help. I don't want to sing on your song. No, I don't want to sing on your song. You can't make me sing a long time to make a silly rhyme. I don't wanna sing on your song. Not today. Go away. Sing on your song. Sing on your song. Open your mouth, the sound comes out. The little notes, they bounce about. I don't wanna sing on your song. Trust in me and then you'll see the place to put the do-re-mi. I don't wanna sing on your song. Gaggala boogala gaggala gaggala sama sama teddy bom. Song. Hick for yatter, sick. Sick for yatter. Sick for yatter, hic Christulum. Sang it in Latin, still couldn't fool him. I don't wanna sing on your song. Nah, I don't want to sing on your song. You can make me sing a long, 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 long time to make a silly rhyme. I don't wanna sing. I don't wanna sing. I don't wanna sing on your song. I hope you did sing though, because that was kind of fun to do. Wow, sic freator hic Christulum. Now, that's a hard thing to sing. As you noticed, I fumbled all over it. That's called reality. It's okay. This is reality TV, so that's cool. But sic freator hic Christulum is Latin for that's the way the cookie crumbles. Thank you. That was the educational part of my show. Now, I would like to tell you about a tune I made up a long time ago. And I made it up when my son came home from his first day at school. And he was so excited. You know how that first day of school is. Well, he came home and I said, George, how was your first day at school? And he said, oh, Daddy, it was so wonderful. I met this new kid and he is so cool. He's so friendly. And he shared his lunch with me, which is a lot better than your lunch, Daddy. And he had toys and he shared his toys with me and we played all day in the playground. We had so much fun together and he has the biggest ears in the world. I've never had so much fun. I said, wait, stop, back up. What did you say about his ears? Daddy, he has the biggest ears in the world. I said, no, George, that's a little bit of an exaggeration because, no, Daddy, his ears are so big that if he was standing right here, right now, and it started to rain, he could put his ears around us and we would be dry. Wow, biggest ears in the world. Well, I met this boy, and he didn't have the biggest ears in the world because I've seen elephants. But I will say this, his ears were really big. And the thing that I loved about it so much was he kind of felt sorry for us little-eared people. And he had a thing that he could do with his ears, and he did it all the time, where he would stare at you, and you'd be staring back at him, and then all of a sudden you realize he could wiggle both his ears like that. And he'd just stare at you, and then he'd start to make his ears wiggle. It was fantastic. And he was such a cool kid. And he is a cool kid still. He's all grown up now. But my son and this boy had so much fun together. And my son made up a poem about it called My Friend Has the Biggest Ears in the World. And I love this poem so much that I decided I had to put it to music. So I did. And now I'm going to sing My Friend Has the Biggest Ears in the World. And I'm going to teach you the chorus so that we can do the most awesome version of My Friend Has the Biggest Ears in the World that has ever been sung on TV, on screen, online, streaming, whatever those things are. It's going to be the best ever. So just repeat after me. My friend has the biggest ears in the world. Till north is south and east is west. My friend and his ears are the best. Here we go. My friend, together now, has the biggest ears in the world. Till north is south and east east is west, my friend, and his ears are the best. They are so huge. Well, one day we were playing, we got hit by a terrible storm. So he wrapped his ears around us with room to spare, and we were laughing, and we were dry, and we were warm. Here we go. My friend, now together has the biggest ears in the world. Till north is south and east is west, my friend, and his ears are the best. They are so awesome. Well, they flap in the wind, and we're afraid he might blow away. But he makes them like wings. We all climb on board, fly away to our own holiday. My friend, together has the biggest ears in the world. Till north is south and east is west, my friend, and his ears are the best. 'Cause he's my friend, he's my best buddy, and he has the biggest ears in the world. Till north is south and east is west, my friend, and his ears are the best. Oh, my friend, and his ears are the best. That was beautiful singing. Thank you very much. Oh, that was great fun. Well, I think probably when I was doing that song, or maybe it was the song before, I'm sure somebody out there, now I can't hear you, of course, but I imagine one person sitting there turning to the other person that's watching it and doing this. Am I right? The instrument that I'm playing is called a dulcimer. A dulcimer. En français, le dulcimer. Now, the dulcimer is a pretty weird looking instrument. It's considered to be one of the only instruments invented in America. Now, if you could imagine a map of the United States, and you went down the East Coast, and you went to places like Georgia, Kentucky, North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, that's the area in the Appalachian Mountains where the dulcimer was invented. And when you go down to that part of the United States, everybody knows about dulcimers. In Canada, forget it. And I've had pretty much everywhere I go, people say, what is that instrument? When I was in Japan, kore wa nan desu ka? Everywhere I go, they want to know what this instrument is. And it hasn't been known for a long time. Now, I'll tell you a true story. I was playing once in the Yukon, and I was in a gymnasium in a school, and there were 500 kids. It was packed wall to wall. And I got to about this part in the show, 3 or 4 songs in. And I said, well, kids, does anybody know the name of my instrument? And there's that moment where that quiet, nobody's sure, until, of course, a grade 7 boy in the back of the gym jumps up and he goes, I know what it is. It's an electric snowshoe. And the place just broke up. Everybody was laughing. And his buddy's sitting next to him and hits him and he goes, no, man, it's an electric tennis racket. And everybody fell over laughing again. And like I say, in Japan, kore wa nan desu ka? What is that? Well, I was playing in Japan once, and the kids were all, I was in a school with a group of Japanese children. They were all pointing at the dulcimer during the song, and they started whispering something after they pointed at the dulcimer, and then they started laughing. So at the end of the show, I asked my translator, I said, what were they saying about the dulcimer? And he looked a little embarrassed. He said, oh, well, they call your instrument the intergalactic watermelon. So you can call it anything you want. I kind of like the electric snowshoe because it's, it's kind But at any rate, it was an inspiration for yet another song, and I'm now going to tell you everything you need to know about dulcimer and more. This song is called The Ballad of the Electric Snowshoe. Well, hi, I'm Rick, and I'd like to say a few words about this instrument that I play. It's a strange looking thing, that's for sure. What it's called is a dulcimer. Dulcimer. En français, dulcimer. You see, hundreds of years before you and me, in the hills of Kentucky and Tennessee, in the southeast part of the USA, the folks down there wanted something to play, like a bagpipe or like a guitar. Had to be easy. Oh, yes it did. So they looked around for what they had that was good, and what they had was trees. What they had was wood. They cut one down, they put on 4 strings, and let me tell you, people, it was a beautiful thing. It sounded like angels. It made people dance. I had to have one. Oh, yes I did. So me and the dulcimer went Canada way, and naturally we just started to play, and the dulcimer did what a dulcimer does, but folks weren't sure just what it was. I tried to tell them. I said it's a music machine, and they thought it was something else, I guess. Let me tell you, one day up in the Yukon, the dulcimer and I were putting a show on, so I asked the kids if they knew its name, but all the answers were all the same. A guitar, a mandolin, a piano, what? And then a boy in the back raised up his hand, and he stood right up. He made a stand. He shouted out something too good to be true. He said, I know what it is. It's an electric snowshoe. Well, sure. Why not? I guess that's what it is. So that's the story of the electric snowshoe, and I hope that you have learned a thing or two, because the next time you see me, the story I'm telling is about my intergalactic watermelon. No, I'm just kidding. That's actually the end of the song. Oh, I wish there was a violin player here right now, because the fiddle player would go just like this. So now you know about the electric snowshoe. And what else could I tell you about? I've traveled all over the world playing music with kids. It's really cool. I played in 10 different countries. Not all over the world, but 10 different countries. And one of the favorite places I went to is a country that's known as the Land of Smiles. It really is. It's known as the Land of Smiles. And the weather is beautiful. It's warm all year round. The food is delicious. It's just fruit growing on the trees. And the people are so friendly there that it's known as the Land of Smiles. But the coolest thing about Thailand is it has real live elephants. And I love elephants. When I was a kid, man, Dumbo was my Jones. I loved Dumbo and the feather and learn how to fly. But that's really the only elephant I ever knew was Dumbo until I got to Thailand and I met a real elephant. And the way I met this elephant was I was playing in a school way up in the northern part of Thailand. And it was a very small school. And the headmaster at the school said, you know, Rick, our school has an elephant. Would you like to ride on it? And I thought, oh man, would I like? Oh yeah, I want to ride on an elephant. I've never seen a real. Okay, yeah, please. Well, after I did my show, I went to this big meadow that was next to the school, and they said, now you go up on that platform. And I climbed up the stairs and got on this platform, and that's the first time I saw an elephant. And it came onto the meadow, and it had one of the kids that went to the school was sitting on the neck of the elephant, and he had a stick in his hand, and he tapped the elephant right behind his ear, and he'd go, "Hoot!" And the elephant seemed to know what he was talking about, because I'm standing there, and they brought the elephant, and the kid went, "Hoot!" and the elephant stopped, and then he went, "Hoot!" And the elephant backed up. And he went, "Hut!" And the elephant parallel parked. And I'm looking at this gigantic animal. And I'm thinking, maybe I don't want to get on top of this. I don't, it's really big and it's looking at me like it knows something I don't know. And I just think I'll just go ahead. And right then the headmaster came up and said, "Rick, whatever you do, don't let him know you're afraid." Okay, how do I do that? And he said, "Well, if you give an elephant a gift, the elephant will know you're a friend." And he handed me a bunch of bananas. So I broke off one of the bananas and I put the rest behind my back and I held that banana out as far as I could do it. And I started walking towards this gigantic gray thing. And I'm going, "Here's a present for you, big buddy." And this giant trunk came out and got the banana and then went around behind my back. No bananas. And I looked at that elephant and it was just going. And the headmaster said, "You're a friend now." So then I got on this elephant, and for 2 hours I sat on the back of this elephant with this child driving the elephant, and the elephant knew what to do because he said, "Hut!" and the elephant would go left, "Hut!" the elephant would go right, "Hut!" the elephant would stop. It was amazing. And all the time I'm on the back of the elephant, hanging on for dear life, because I'll tell you what, it is the wildest rhythm of walking I've ever seen in my life. I bounced around on the back of that elephant on this little sofa. Oh, but it was so cool. After 2 hours, I made up this song, and you'll never guess. It's called Elephant Ride. Now, to make this song really work well, I'm going to have to ask you for the next 4 minutes and 16 seconds to be an elephant. So put your trunk in the air like you just don't care. Yeah, that's it. So now you're an elephant. You're big, you're gray, you're wise, and you're just so beautiful. And the song you love to sing goes like this. Let's go for an elephant ride. Let's go for an elephant ride. Rumble through the jungle, going side to side. Oh, let's go for an elephant ride. Oh, let's go for an elephant ride. So all you're doing here is saying, "Let's go for an elephant ride" 4 times. But in the middle you say, "Rumble through the jungle, going side to side." Try that. Yeah, if you really want to make it cool, give it a little Elvis thing, kind of like, "Rumble through the jungle, going side to side." Try it. To side. Yeah, that's good. Now, the other thing I need you to have, one more thing I have to ask you to do, is when you hear that elephant signal, which you might have noticed was, "Hoot!" I want you to pick your feet up and stomp them down, or clap your hands, or smack your lips in time with the song. And then when you hear that signal again, you'll stop. I hope. Let's rehearse. Hoot! Hoot! Okay, that was pretty good. Let's try the singing part. And let's go for an elephant ride. Are you ready? 1, 2, pack a derm. Let's go for an elephant ride. Let's go for an elephant ride. Rumble through the jungle, going side to side. Oh, let's go for an elephant ride. Oh, let's go for an elephant ride. Well, let's go. Hoot! Now, 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 now. Now, 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 now. Now, 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 now. Now, 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 yeah. Now, 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 now. Now, 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 now. Now, 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 now. Now, 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 ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh. Hoot! Over 5,000 pounds of gray. This big around. You know what they say? An elephant can drink 35 gallons of water a day. And you know what else they say? Elephants don't sweat. So remember, elephants never forget. But they love to sing. Let's go for an elephant ride. Go for an elephant ride, yeah. rumble through the jungle, going side to side. Oh, let's go for an elephant ride. Oh, let's go for an elephant ride. Oh, let's go! Hoot! How na now 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 now. How na now now now. How na now 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 now. How na now 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 yeah. How na now 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 now. How na now 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 yeah. How na now 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 now. How na now now ooh ah ooh ah ooh. Hoot! Now imagine yourself there on the world's largest overstuffed chair. You're knocking down trees, anything you please. But elephants don't have to be like that. It can be agile as a kitty cat. You know they walk on their tiptoes, and everybody knows elephants never forget. But they love to sing, let's go for an elephant ride. Go for an elephant ride, yeah. Rumble through the jungle, going side to side. Oh, let's go for an elephant ride. Oh, let's go for an elephant ride. Well, come on! What? How na 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 na. How na 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 na. How na 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 na. How na 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 yeah. How na 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 na. How na 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 na. How na 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 na. How na 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 ooh ah ooh ah ooh. Hoot! Now you might think it would be difficult to hide something bigger than your house, but you know what? Elephants can be invisible. Yeah, they could hide behind a waterfall, or they could roll themselves up in a big gray ball and call themselves a rock. Don't bug me, man, I'm a rock. Oh. Okay. Yeah, obviously. Okay, I'm really sorry. I'm sorry, and I will never do that. I'll never call you. Okay, I'm sorry I insulted you, elephant, and I love you, and I think you're so brilliant, and I know that only elephants should wear ivory, and I hope that's okay. And I know that our meeting will go on forever because the elephants never forget. But they love to sing, let's go for an elephant ride. Come on, go for an elephant ride, yeah. Rumble through the jungle, going side to side. Oh, let's go for an elephant ride. Oh, let's go for an elephant ride. Sing it again. What? Let's go for an elephant ride. Go for an elephant ride, yeah. Rumble through the jungle, going side to side. Oh, let's go for an elephant ride. Oh, let's go for an elephant ride. Ride, 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 elephant ride. Ride, 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 ride. Swing up on the side of a height so wide. Take the great gray tide, get jungle fast. Go for an elephant ride. Hoot! Very good. Excellent elephant there. That was a lot of fun. Now, let's see. I would like to do a song now that I made up while the whole thing sort of started in Thailand. And that is that a lot of times when you're in a foreign country, people look at you and they try to figure out, well, I wonder where they're from. They're not from here. They don't look like us. And especially me, because I'm kind of big and galumfi like. And in Thailand, a lot of the people were a lot shorter than I was, and it looked kind of like I sort of stood out. And one of the things that, the people see me, and they will just say, oh, he's from America. But they'll very seldom, they will say, oh, he looks like a Canadian. Well, I think I look like a Canadian. I've been a Canadian now for half of my life. Yeah, I used to be an American, but now I'm a Canadian. And I think I look very Canadian, don't you? Well, anyway, in Thailand, the kids have to learn to speak English. It's part of their curriculum in school. They have to study English. And so a lot of times, because there's so many tourists wandering around in Thailand, the teacher will tell the kids, well, if you see someone who looks like they're an American or Canadian, go up and talk to them in English and practice speaking in English. And it happened to me several times. I'd be standing on a street corner and a group of kids would be coming around the corner and they'd see me and they would stop and they would look at me And they would decide as a group that I was someone that could speak English. And then they would decide which one of the kids had to go speak to me. And of course, the kid, that's the last thing in the world a child wants to do is walk up to a big galoot like me and talk. But they talk it over with themselves, and then they'd throw one of the little kids out, and he'd walk up to me looking a little bit worried, and he'd look up at me and say, hello. And I'd say, hello. And the child would say, may I speak English with you? And I would say, yeah, sure. And the child would say, where are you from? And I would say, I'm from Canada. And the child would Canada. And he'd get out his book. Canada. And then the light would go on, because in his book it would say there was one thing that all Canadians say, no matter where you are in Canada. There's one syllable that all Canadians use, and that is the syllable of A. That's right. We end every sentence with it. We start every sentence with it, and in between we'll put a few of those A's in there just because we like A so much. And so I decided that I would make up a song about Canada, and I would base it on that very fact that all Canadians say, eh? So I wrote a song, eh? It's a pretty good song. And what I want you to do, is in this song, whenever you hear me say a letter in the alphabet, you know what I'm saying? If I say a letter in the alphabet, I want you to say A. Let's give it a shot. Because I'm from C, A, N, A, D, A. That spells old Canada, my home and native C, A, N, A, D, A. Oh, Canada, just north of the U.S. I went to meet some brand new friends, and what do you suppose? They said, oh, you're from Canada, that place where it always snows. And policemen all ride horses, and they always get their man. I'd love to visit Canada. Is that where they make cans? Never heard of that one, But we're the second largest country in the whole round world. We have the smallest ocean, way out east in Nova Scotia. The ocean makes the biggest motion. We've a third of the world's fresh water and the planet's largest lake. So if you want to speak to Canadians, you better polish up your A. 'Cause I'm from C, N, D. That spells old Canada, my home and native C, N, D. Oh, Canada, just north of the U.S. When I say that I'm from Canada, they tell me, oh, how nice. You must be fond of hockey and live in a house of ice. And when you folks get hungry, I bet you'll bag a moose, then fly south for the winter on your own Canadian goose. You never heard of that before? But we love our maple syrup, it's the apple of our eye. And you can come and spend our loonies on a piece of fungi pie. Our Thousand Island dressing is known the whole world through. And once you taste an Nanaimo bar, you want to be Canadian too. 'Cause I'm from C-A-N-A-D. That spells old Canada, my home and native C-N-D. Oh, Canada, just north of the U.S. We gave the world the snowmobile, inspired Winnie the Pooh, and instant mashed potatoes are a Canadian invention too. With two official languages we aim to see vous play. So to parlez-vous Canadian, you better practice votre. 'Cause I'm from C-N-D. That spells old Canada, my home and native sea. And B. Oh, Canada, my home and native's land. I'm proud to be a Canadian. Well, what should I do now? I think what I'd like to do is tell you about when I was a kid. And that was a long, long time ago, as you can imagine. Yes, yes, before the Great Flood, before there was electricity. No, not that far back. But anyway, when I was a kid, I used to have this thing about being a superhero. Yeah, did you ever do that? Where you just wanted to be a superhero, where you could fix things and stop things bad from happening, and you could just make the world a better place to be. And that's kind of what I did when I was about, I guess I started when I was about 7 years old. That's really what I wanted to be, was a superhero. And my superhero that I created in my mind, in my imagination, would just, he would stop bullies from bullying. He would stop mean people from being mean. He would stop thieves from robbing. And he would just fix any problem you had. If your car broke down, he'd fix it. And if you stubbed your toe, he'd fix your stubbed toe. And the way he did it was with love. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought love could fix anything. And so I decided that my superhero name was the Mechanic of Love. Yeah, I did. And that stuck with me for quite a few years. And then as a grown-up, of course, I couldn't, people say, what's your name? I couldn't say, I'm the Mechanic of Love. I couldn't do that anymore. I had to say, I'm Rick Scott. But you know, sometimes it's good to have that imagination. Sometimes it's really a good thing to dream about making the world a better place. I bet a lot of you do that. And I'm sure you're going to as you go through this life. But anyway, this is a tune I made up. When I became a grown-up, I looked back at that little boy, little Rick Scott, and I remembered being the Mechanic of Love. Now when I was a kid, I'd lie awake at night, try to find a way to make everything right. I fixed the whole world and everything that's in it. I got the job done in under a minute, 'cause I am, yes I am, oh I am the Mechanic of Love, because I am, oh yes I am, I am the Mechanic of Love. Mechanics say that people are just like cars. As funny as that sounds, he believes they really are. Black, white, green, red, all of the above. It makes no difference to the Mechanic of Love, because I am, yes I am, oh I am the Mechanic of Love, because I am, yes I am, oh I am the Mechanic of Love. Now, if you got a clock and it won't tick-tock right, you got a flat tire on your brand new bike. Oh, don't you worry, no, don't you panic. Just pick up your phone and call the mechanic, 'cause I am, yes I am, oh I am the Mechanic of Love, because I am, yes I am, oh I am the Mechanic of Love. But what do you do when a heart gets broken? What do you do if a body's broken too? The saw won't cut it, a ruler won't tell you how long it will take. It just doesn't make any sense. Maybe throw it all down on the rug and say a little prayer, give a little hug. And if you want the world to be a better place, and you want to run in the human race, put your hand on your heart. Now what do you see? And raise your other hand and repeat after me. You say, I am, Oh, I'm the mechanic of love. You say I am. Yes, I am. I'm the mechanic of love. You say that I am. Yes, I am. Oh, I'm the mechanic of love. Because I am. Yes, I am. Yes, I am the mechanic. You don't have to panic. I am the mechanic of love. The mechanic of love. Now I've got time to do a couple of more songs with you, and I would like to do a song now. I'd like to do a song. I have many grandchildren, and I have a grandchild in Castlegar, BC. Is there anybody out there in Castlegar, BC, by any chance? Yes, there is, because it's my granddaughter, and her name is Miel. And Miel and I have a special song that we do. And I made up this song for Miel the day that she was born. I started making up the song on the day she was born. It took a while to get the whole idea. But the day she was born and I went to the hospital to see her, I was told that she was born with Down syndrome. And it scared me at first. I really got scared because I didn't know really what that meant. And I knew when I was growing up, I knew a child that had Down syndrome. And as a child, I just thought he was kind of strange and weird, and I didn't know how to be with him. And now I was being told that I have a granddaughter with Down syndrome, and so I was scared, and I didn't know how to react to it until I walked in that room and I met her, and I realized that I had a friendship that was going to last the rest of my days, because, well, this might sound corny to you, but I knew right then and there when I saw my granddaughter Miel that I had an angel in my life, and it turned out to be true. And I became the Goodwill Ambassador for the Down Syndrome Resource Foundation, and I've been that for over 20 years now. I've been the Goodwill Ambassador. So good for me, Will. I'm a Goodwill Ambassador for Down Syndrome Resource Foundation. And I made up this song for my granddaughter Miel, and it became a video. You can see the video, it's on the computer, and it's called Angels Do. And this video has been shown all over the world, and this song has been sung by people all over the world, and I would like you to sing it with me right now. And it's real simple. All you got to do, are you there with somebody else today? You got somebody in the room with you? Well, if you do, I want you to look at them and look them right in the eye and say, "You look like these angels do." And then that other person sitting there can look right back at you and say, "You look like these angels do." And then you can both look at each other and you say this. You go, "The angels look just like you." And then everybody can go, "Ha, ha, yeah." You try. Ha, ha, yeah. Now stretch it out. Ha, ha, yeah. It's really fun to hold a note that long. Makes you kind of dizzy. I always thought they had a big old set of wings and flowing robes that would never, never cling, and played on harps that had at least a dozen strings and hung around in groups to sing. But you look like these angels do. Come on, say it with me. You look like these angels do. Yeah, you do. You sing like one too. And angels look just like you. Come on, y'all, say, "Ha, ha, yeah. Ha, yeah. Ha, ha, yeah." I always thought that they could fly without a care and hang around on clouds that floated in the air. And if they lost a part, they always had a spare. for which you must admit is really kind of rare. But you look like these angels do. You look like these angels do. And angels look just like you. Here we go. I say, ah, ah, yeah. Ah, yeah. Ah, ah, yeah. I always thought they had a halo on their head, which is so right at night for reading in your bed. I don't believe it, but you know I've heard it said, to be an angel, first you must be dead. No, you look like these angels do. You look like these angels do. And angels look just like you. Ah, ah, yeah. Ah, yeah. Ah, ah, yeah. Now they could join the choir, they could join the band. They originate in many different lands. Do not worry, they always understand that when the music's hot, they clap their hands and yo, look like these angels do. Come on, say it. You look like these angels do. And angels look just like you. Ah, ah, yeah. Ah, yeah. Ah, ah. Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na. Thanks for singing with me. That's a special song for me. I'd like to do one more song before we part ways. I sure thank you for tuning in and singing with me. And I think it's so great that you have a group to read books with. That is so books, 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 books. I love the way they look. I love the way they feel. I love the way they make things so real. I love the way they let me steal away. I love books. I love books. I love books, books, books. I do. I really do love books. And I hope you keep reading, because that's the highway. You get on the highway, you can go anywhere you want to with your imagination or with facts or anything. You just have a book, you're on your way. So keep reading. And maybe write a book. I bet somebody out there someday is going to write a book. And when you do, will you please send me a copy? I'll send money if you want money. But I bet you somebody out there watching this is going to write a book someday because they love reading so much. And I'd like to know who you are, because I bet it's more than one person too. I don't know. I bet somebody's going to write a book. So thank you for singing with me. I really love this library a lot. It's a beautiful place with beautiful things and beautiful stuff. And yeah, and pretty soon, the bell starts ringing, telling me I got to stop singing. And that's my show, that and this goodbye. Now music is the best, and I'll say it again, especially when it's with a friend. So if you don't mind, that's what you are to me. Yeah. So let's just have one more song, and it doesn't matter what planet you're on. Well, come on, and sing it one time with me. Here's what I'd like you to sing. It goes like this. Ooh la la la, ooh la la, hey, hey. That's it. Ooh la la la, ooh la la, hey, hey. Come on and sing it with me now. Ooh la la la, ooh la la, hey, hey, hey. One more time, please. Ooh la la la, ooh la la, hey, hey, hey. Let me tell you now. You try some music if you got the blues, or you're happy with nothing to lose, or thinking about someone who is so far away. Yeah. It can keep you warm when you're feeling cold. It can fix your heart. It can mend your soul. And if you cut your finger, you could sing real loud. Oh, what a deal. The sale is on, and it doesn't matter what planet you're on. Well, come on, and sing it one time with me. Yeah, come on, you say, ooh la la la, ooh la la, hey, hey, hey. Oh, you sing your song. Ooh la la la, ooh la la, hey, hey. Thank you so much for singing. Ooh la la la, ooh la la, hey, hey. Keep on reading now. Ooh la la la, ooh la la, hey, yeah, yeah. Take care of each other, and ooh la la la, ooh la la, hey, hey, hey. Thanks for singing with me. Take care of each other.
Thank you so much for being with us here today, Rick. We had a lot of fun listening to your playful songs and stories. For more exciting programs like these, join us on Facebook and visit us at virl.bc.ca.